Welcome to Little River Outdoors. This is my 2022 September moose and bear hunt with Efford's Hunting Adventures in Newfoundland. Unfortunately, this isn't going to be as epic as my moose hunt was, but I did wake up to these kind of sights every day, looking at an old meat shed where they hung moose probably for decades. Beautiful sunsets, crisp, cool air, clean water. Everything you could ask for an adventure. I mean, down to the details of, old meat hooks made out of, long nails that were bent, who knows how many years ago. They don't use this anymore, but it's just neat to see some of the history that was here. So here we are going across the lake in a wooden plywood boat. My guide Tristan up there looking for moose for one of the other guides. About a 10-15 minute boat ride across the lake. Saved us a lot of walking. And I'm here with guide back there, Zach, and then Buck from Maryland. And again, just a neat boat ride every morning to get into position. So getting off the boat right at the end of the lake, we'd get off and step on the muskeg. It was rough walking, a lot like walking on sponges everywhere you go, even at the higher elevations. There's a lot of spring-fed ponds, and they all work their way downhill, and just everything's just a wet mess. You just got to be careful where you step. So we worked our way up to this rock outcropping here and immediately got to the top, and Tristan says, I see a bear 60 yards away. So we crawled to these two little rocks there. At that point, the bear ran down the hill and was about 178 yards near that tree line at the far bottom of the hill there you see. So got in position, good prone shot. I used my sling as a little rest on top of one of those little rocks there. And 178 shot downhill. Bear was sitting on his back legs, sniffing the air. He's winding us. And Tristan said, if you don't take that shot, he's going to run. So made a quick shot, dropped him right there. One shot, one kill. And the rest of the hunt kind of began.
So we just smoked a bear at 110 yards. Tristan got me right up on it. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. We're done for the week. We're sitting there trying to find a moose that's out here on the other side. So you guys can hopefully maneuver on a moose and get a kill.
So as we got up on top of this hill, we basically sat here glassing for probably about a good another hour. We were done by around 8 o'clock in the morning, but we were helping the other hunters out on some other mountaintops, spotting some other moose in the area. We had one bull moose out in front of us, so we didn't want to move and spook it. So we're just kind of sitting still and waiting until we had a better opportunity to move down to the bear and start quartering them up and cleaning them out. So that mountaintop across the way, there was another hunter and guide there watching several decent moose come across. And here you see us kind of making our way down towards the bear. Again, that tuckamore, that stuff we're walking through, that's small tuckamore. It gets bigger than that, but it's no joke. It grabs your boots. I had a brand new pair of Lacrosse Burly boots, and it wore the toes right off of them down to the white rubber that was underneath. So I looked like I had ivory toes walking across the muskeg here. But spongy everywhere you go. Even at the high elevations, there are spring-fed ponds. And you just constantly are squeaking and squashing as you're walking through this stuff, and it's just roughing your equipment.
See, he's not that old.
Yeah. Big monster head though. Holy smokes.
Oh, he's in the neck. Nice. Can we drag him over there?
Yeah.
Big like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're here with Tristan.
Oh,
oh no. And we're falling down. Get closer to you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, like that spot. That's good.
All right, we're here with Tristan from Efford's Hunting Adventures at the Gray Lake camp, and it's been a pretty eventful hunt, to say the least. We started out the week on Monday after Hurricane Fiona and a lot of bad weather. We finally got in the camp on Sunday. Got a quick hunt in Sunday night, didn't see much except for some moose across the river. And then we were already thinking we were going to try to shoot a moose across the river no matter what, because that's where they were. Next morning we got up, climbed to the top of this hill we were at this morning, and put on about a 2.5 mile stalk on a nice bull. Shot it across the river at 250 meters, and then we had to figure out how to get to it, which meant we ended up stripping down and swimming across, quartering it, getting it all bundled up and ready for pickup, and then come find out the weather got so bad that we couldn't get it out for 2 days, but luckily they got it out yesterday. So really nice moose, old moose, unique, and I thank Tristan for swimming across the river with me, because that was no joke. 250 meters across the river, that was over our heads.
Yeah, something.
In the pouring rain. It was definitely eventful. So this morning we a couple of guys saw this bear running around last night, and he's a monster, big head. And we came up that same hill we started at on Monday morning, and we kind of branched off in a little different direction. Got up on some high ground here, probably 45 minutes into the hunt, and Tristan spotted him walking around out here on this low ground, and we ended up low crawling up to a little vantage point. He moved over a little ways, probably about 60-70 yards down the little bog here, and then he was sitting on his butt sniffing the air. He could wind us. He knew something was up, and took a good frontal shot right through top of his shoulder into his neck, and he dropped right there. Dropped like a ton of bricks.
Good shot.
So it is a good bear, I think,
Yeah,
sir.
no problem.
Thank you very much. Awesome. It was a
That was a
cool
great
hunt.
Yeah.
Filled all my tags. I got tomorrow's gonna be a cold day, so we got guys up on the mountain over here hunting moose. There was a moose on the other side of this timber here that they may still pop out now.
Yeah.
And hopefully the other guys score some moose today. But great hunt. Today was easy.
Yeah. It was
really
easier
easy.
than the moose.
But we'll now we gotta skin him out and get him back.
Make a good rug
Man,
with him.
yeah, awesome rug. He's just massive bear.
Oh, yeah.
Fat bear. We've seen a sow and 3 cubs on the other side of the river too, so that was kind of neat to see that all morning while them, it was probably his cubs, I would imagine, maybe.
Yeah. It's a good male.
So, all right, well,
Congrats again, buddy.
thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, now we can get to work.
Yeah.
All right.
Some work.
Look at the paws on this thing.
Yeah, it's big.
Oh, massive paws,
yeah,
those
he's
claws.
big.
Look at those claws.
Yeah.
And they're probably 1.5 to 2 inches.
No, they're very big.
Yeah. He'd put a hurting on you, that's for sure.
Mm.
Wow. Wow. Cool. Actually, we'll get some pictures of the claws.
Yeah.
Big old head. Put your hand down there real quick and see if... Look at the size of his head. I mean, it's just massive.
Yeah.
Big paws. Big old claws. Whew.
Yeah.
And that pad on his foot. That's crazy. It's not real stinky either, surprisingly.
It's not?
Not as much as I thought it would be, but he's probably a 6.5 foot bear, probably.
Yeah. We'll see with the rug.
Man,
It's a very good bear.
big bear. Just fat. Getting ready for hibernation, or was.
Oh yeah.
We're standing at the kill site. I shot him from up there. Right. Those two little rocks are. 178-yard shot. Pardon, Tristan. I really gotta thank my guide Tristan. He made it happen all week, whether it was swimming across the raging river or getting me on this bear. He knew right where to be at the right time, in the right place, and he also helped me get this all my animals prepared. Which is one thing, you know, if you're a hunter on a guided hunt, you really need to help your guide out when it comes to cleaning them. He told me so many stories of clients that just, you know, it comes time to quarter them up, and they're off sitting in the woods, breaking out a sat phone, calling their family or whatever, but the guide's doing all the work. You got to be there to help them out. I mean, it makes short work of something. It's kind of your duty as a hunter, and just the right thing to do. So I know they're getting paid for it, but definitely should give your guide a hand in getting that meat prepared and ready for exfil. You want to get an idea how much bear fat is on a bear when it hibernates. Look at all, that's all fat. Big layer all over his whole body, his behind, back legs. Just a ton of fat, so he's been getting ready for hibernation. So we cut these tenderloins out of the bear and brought them back to camp, bacon wrapped them, and I gotta tell you, it was some of the most amazing meat I've ever eaten. Better than probably any beef I've ever had, believe it or not. A little bit different firmness, but the taste was absolutely amazing. So highly recommend it. These bears eat berries, and you know, for the most part, just organic stuff. So they don't have that gamey taste like you'd expect from anywhere else. So after we got done cleaning the bear, we went back up on the hill, sat there for a while, and just kind of watched the world go by for about another 7 hours, believe it or not, helping the other hunters. I wanted to go over a little bit of how I rigged my pack up. I used a Kuiu Pro 3600 backpack with the holder for a rifle in it. I center loaded my rifle. I thought it carried better over the hills and strapped down and protected it a lot better from in case I may had a fall or something like that. And then I put my Bog tripod next to it to kind of be able to pull out at any time and use for a support. But it worked really well for me, and I left the open pockets on the sides there for helping me get my rain gear in and out when I needed to. So for the rest of the afternoon, we pretty much spent our time on top of that little rock up there, kind of watching the world go by. A lot of different sights, moose, river, I mean, bald eagles, golden eagles, you name it. Just a great time doing kind of absolutely nothing. One thing that was for sure is that sitting on top of that rock, I probably watched the skyline change at least 10 different times, getting cloudier, sunnier, overcast, just some awesome sights. The waterfall was actually making clouds down below. You can see in the middle of the picture there down below as the water hit the rocks, it just created a cloud. And then you can't see in this picture, but there were 3 little black dots in that center of that picture there, and those are the sow and 3 cubs that were running around. But just a awesome skyline, awesome view, and you know, memories I'll have forever. So as I was saying, you know, this wasn't the most eventful hunt, but we, you know, finished up at night by going back in the boats to camp. Sun was starting to set, got some good photos, but good way to close out the week. I actually went out the next day and did some scouting for some of the other clients that were in camp and managed to help get one of the guys on a bull moose. But other than that, wonderful time at Efford's Hunting Adventures. I want to thank all my friends and family that helped me support me all the way to getting there. Efford's Hunting Adventures, Tristan, Dylan, and Zach, and Ivan, our cook, who was one of the most comical guys, had a story for everything, and been there for a long time. And so great week. And so I hope this video was a little bit informative of some of the conditions and you know, opportunities you have to hunt with Efford's Hunting Adventures. We'll be doing some more videos on gear and some of the tips and tricks I had for this hunt. But thanks, kid, for joining us on Little River Outdoors, and stay tuned for our next episode.